Welcome back to Adventures with Rosie. We thought today we would quickly share our winter plans with you. We just had a pretty cold night here.
Yep.
Like 10 o'clock at night, it was 4 degrees outside. So it's getting cold, so we thought we'd share our plans with you, what we're going to be up to, where we're going to be, that sort of thing.
Right, I know for a long time we had been saying that we were going to go back to Taupo for the winter. We didn't particularly fancy spending the winter in a caravan with 3 young kids in the South Island. It just wasn't something that appealed to us, and we thought it would be a nice chance to go home and visit with family and check up on the house and all sorts. So that was our plan initially.
That's changed slightly.
A little bit.
We've chosen to stay down here. We basically realised there's obviously the expense of crossing over with the ferry again, like that's $400-500 cost to go over in the ferry. Also the time and fuel to get back to Taupo and back down. And Chelsea's family's coming down in winter, which we'll talk about in a sec, but we really don't have like 3 months that we need to go back for, right? No,
and there's still stuff we can do down here in the winter. It's not like we just hold up somewhere waiting for the weather to pass. We can still explore. So.
Exactly right. So you would have seen a couple of weeks back with Chelsea's parents, we went to Kaiteriteri, stayed at the campground there. While we were there, Chelsea inquired about wintering over rates. I think I talked about in that video. And it's pretty decent, eh? Like it's a pretty good rate. Powered sites. We obviously need the power because our solar is a little bit lacking on these cloudy winter days, but it seems like a really nice spot to kind of just spend a couple months in the middle of winter and then, you know, explore either side, I guess. And
everyone that we've talked to said that the weather's really nice in Kaiteriteri. Like it's not really wet and rainy, it's more cold mornings and sunny afternoons, so that's kind of what we're used to in Taupo anyway. But the bonus of this is we'll just be a couple of rows back from the beach, right?
Yeah, so you can stay quite close to the beach. On the 3rd row back from the beach, pretty much, you can stay if you're doing the long term. There's also no contract, you pay week to week. It's kind of real flexible for us, so it's not like we'll be there for 3 months, you know, grass growing up around the wheels of the caravan sort of thing. We're going to go there probably for a couple months and then explore around that. Yeah, so I mean we're not going to go just yet. We've still got to go over to the west coast and explore some more after we leave Nelson. Yep. We're going to spend a couple of weeks over there, and then probably June, eh? When it starts to really get cold.
I think so, yep. June would be good. We've also got Harvey's had a visit with a kindy in Motueka, so that's just a short drive from Kaiteriteri. And we thought we would put him in for 2 days a week. Initially it was going to be 2 half days because he's already enrolled with Chikura and he couldn't do more than, I think they told us 8 hours a week.
Yeah, that's right.
But talking to Chikura, they said that's changed recently. He can do 2 full days a week now, which he's super excited about. He's really pumped. Yep. His kindy visit went really well.
Yeah, neat little kindy, eh?
Yeah, and it's going to be a good chance for him to get to play with some kids his own age as well, so it can be quite frustrating for him with the twins. They're not quite on the same level with him yet.
Yeah.
And they try to be, and it's quite hard for him sometimes.
It's a pretty neat kindy as well, like lots of play, and they had chickens and birds and guinea pigs and veggie gardens and all sorts, so he'll have a blast there. Motueka is about 20 minutes away from the campground at Kaiteriteri Beach, and that'll be our go-to for like shopping and, you know, groceries and kindy and library, and we sign up with the toy library as well, so we can get different toys for the kids. So that'll be our little hub, I suppose. Yeah,
for a couple of months at least.
Yeah, for a couple of months. In the middle of that winter though, it's kind of funny, Chelsea's family are all going skiing in Queenstown. So we're going to go and do a midwinter roadie with the caravan. We thought about driving, chucking all the kids in the car and just driving to Queenstown. We're going to actually stay with them in their accommodation. But it is 10 hours of driving for us.
From Kaiteriteri
to Queenstown.
We didn't realise it was that much. We were thinking, 5 or 6. No, it's 10 hours each way. So we're going to have to bring Rosie. We'll just take our time, maybe take a week or 2 getting down and back up again.
Yeah.
And go from there,
Yeah, I think we thought maybe we'd stay in motels along the way, and I don't know, but then if we do a couple hours a day, then it's like, yeah, so it'll probably take us longer to get to Queenstown than the actual Queenstown holiday chunk, and then longer to get home. But there's heaps of the west coast we haven't seen yet. There's 2 big glaciers on the west coast for those of you that aren't in New Zealand. We can stop at. There's Wanaka, which is stunning, Lake Tekapo. There's all these places around that area that'll look awesome in winter, and I think we'll just rug up and just kind of deal with the cold. The caravan's been plenty warm with the diesel heater, so as long as we take plenty of fuel and don't run out of diesel, I think we'll just go and see what winter's like down there, and then come back up here.
On that note as well, we don't actually know where we're going to park Rosie in Queenstown. So Queenstown's quite notorious for not being great for motorhomes. They don't particularly like people coming down and staying there unless you're staying in a campground. So if you've got any ideas where we can park Rosie for that week while we're staying in the accommodation with my family, we won't actually be staying in Rosie at that time, hit us up in the comments below. We would love to find somewhere to put it.
I don't think they're staying in Queenstown though, they're staying in Wanaka, but
but Rosie,
around that area, we haven't figured that piece of the puzzle out yet. We thought even parking on the street and stuff, it seems a bit funny in that area.
No, they don't tolerate it.
So if you've got any ideas, please let us know below. And we can't wait to do that. Harvey and Chelsea are going to go skiing with the family, and he's never had much snow experience, so that'll be really neat.
He went up Ruapehu once with us, and he was sick at the time. He was teething, and it was snowing all day, and I think he spent the day sleeping on my lap in the cafe, and then had about 5 minutes play outside. But this time round he has been watching YouTube videos on how to learn to ski, and he's been practicing his pizza and his french fries, so we'll see how we go.
We'll put the GoPro on him and
Harvey
see how that looks. So yeah, that's our rough winter plan. In terms of what we put out video wise, it's not going to stop. We've got tons of adventures. Even in that area there's a whole lot we haven't seen yet. We obviously do day trips, weekends away. There's plenty of other videos we've still got in the pipeline, like our budget, and looking at our monthly budget and how much this lifestyle costs and that sort of thing. So we're not going to take our foot off the gas for any of that sort of thing. We just need kind of a base with power at a good rate, somewhere that's not too cold.
We don't want to be sitting in the mud for weeks on end in winter. We want to find somewhere nice, and that campground's really nice. So. So plenty more to come, and thank you as always for watching. New video out in a few days. Thank you.
See ya.